Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation podcast. And immediately, I always want to address the censors who monitor the community guidelines within TikTok. We've had the New Health Conversation. You've interrupted, stopped, or limited the views of our podcast over the last couple of months for reasons that I think are they're not. They're reasons that are misunderstandings. That's what I was going to say. So first of all, let's talk about it. Number one, you said this was some form of disordered eating or body image or body dysphoria. Let's clear that up. Number one, this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's called protein pacing. It's also a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. The U.S. Patent Office does not give out registered trademarks to things that would be harmful to human beings. Also, the fact it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's been scrutinized, it's been examined, it's proven to be safe, it's endorsed by 10 different medical journals. So your interpretation of it being disordered eating is completely wrong, because 5 days a week they're having 4 meals a day, and 2 days a week they're actually having 8 meals a day. So it's completely different than anything that anyone's ever done before, okay? And it works, and it's also, number two, as far as body dysphoria or body image, that's false also. This is a detox, and what we're showing people is that they think, if they think that they're gaining fat, that's not true. Their fat cells are the same at puberty they are when they pass away, and the fat cells expand or contract. We're showing them that the bloating they have in their body has nothing to do with body image at all. It's a medical fact that the body is storing chemicals inside the fat cells, and the fat cells expand or they can contract. Fortunately, on this, we have the medical proof that they're able to remove chemicals from the body and those fat cells shrink. That's exactly what's going on. Number three, you had said that we were diverting people away from TikTok to buy products. Let me assure you, we've never had products to sell. We don't have products to sell. We have no intention of ever selling products. The only thing people get from us is a grocery list they take to their grocery store, and then we coach them for free. We give them a free consultation, and there are no products to buy. They're getting food if they decide, here's a grocery list and go for it, okay? The last thing was, you had also said that there was some concern about original material or copyrighted material. Again, the researchers who did this came on our podcast, and we were able to get them to talk about the studies, and then they asked us to publish their studies on our website so they're in the public domain so everybody can view it. So let's review. No, this is not disordered eating. This is not a body image or body dysphoria, and we don't sell products, and it's original material. So anyway, to make a long story short, we would like you to understand that we're the only people on all of TikTok, other than the pharmaceutical companies, with actual medical proof. And we can prove it to you because in a big search that we did, we went to ChatGPT and we went to Grok, and they said that TikTok's major weight loss and health influencers have no peer-reviewed human trials to back up their claims. So basically what's happening is that you're allowing these people on TikTok to make claims with no medical proof. We have the medical proof. We're the most compliant people you have on TikTok, so hopefully we're not going to have any problems in the future with any interruption in our podcast. We're reaching a big audience. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years, 800,000, okay? So anyway, to make a long story short, we hope that this will take care of the matter. Well, let's see. Good afternoon, Nene. Hello, Reese. Nene, you were on the other day, if I remember. I think you were. African Beauty again. Lady D joined. Hello, everybody. Then look, she stopped dieting. She stopped dieting forever. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills, dropped 60 pounds in just 90 days. It's proven in 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, and she's kept it off for 9 years. I don't know how much more you'd need to know than that. I'm kidding. Of course, you want to know how she did it. It is not a diet. There's no form of counting calories, and no one was allowed to exercise. But again, imagine 60 pounds in just 90 days on a natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills. This is gonna make every single diet out there completely obsolete. As a matter of fact, on the website, we have a free website you all can go to. Here it is right here. It's called The New Health Conversation. And that website, I promise you, in my kids' lives, there's nothing to buy there. There are no products. The only thing there is the medical proof. However, if you like what you see, you can scroll down, you get a free consultation and free coaching. How much is the consultation? 0. How much is the coaching? 0. We all got coached. The New Health Conversation is a movement. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. We'd love to help any and all of you. So over the course of this, I'll take some breaks. I'm going to explain to everybody how this works, but then I'm willing to do free consultation. If you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll show you and tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. So again, stop dieting forever. She did a simple all natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills. She lost 60 pounds in just 90 days and proven safe in 10 peer-reviewed human trial study, and she's kept it off for 9 years. This is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. I'll challenge you with one other thing, okay? Can anybody, if you want to put it in the chat, can anybody tell me anybody on TikTok that you have seen with one shred of medical evidence other than the pharmaceutical companies and now, of course, this protocol that we're explaining to you right now? We can't find anybody on TikTok with any medical proof. They're giving you opinions. They're nice people. And it really comes down to a popularity contest. Do you want to go with an MD? Do you want to go? But even the MDs, they don't have any medical proof. They're telling you about calories in, calories out, calorie deficit. It's all nonsense. Even Harvard Medical School chimed in and said, stop counting calories. Harvard Medical School said the idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist. Harvard Medical School, drop the calories notion. Stanford said it's time to concentrate on its inner food, not how much food we're eating. This is insanity. Do you know right now that there's a projection, Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in 4 years. That's all of you, 86% of you. And it gets even worse. Here's a big study in Medicare. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. The research that Medicare looked at the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets and diets in general to find if there anywhere effective treatment for obesity. The studies show that 2/3 of all dieters regain more weight than they lost. That's all of you. That's all of you. 2/3 you're going to weigh more than you did when you started, and you're following opinions with no medicals because that's all you have available to you until now. Or you've got the shots. We'll talk about the shots in a few minutes as well. But this is, look. Look at her, 60 pounds in 90 days. Have any of you ever done anything like that? I know you haven't. I know. No one's ever done anything like that. You could change your whole lives. Imagine a huge white button. It says, on the top, it says, do-over. Boom, do-over. This is all natural. It's a detox. How many of you believe we're living in a toxic world? How many believe you're toxic? Because we all are toxic. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. And as they enter our body, the body takes the chemical and stuffs it inside our fat cells, and our fat cells expand. So any bloating that you're experiencing, how much what? The Scots. You're buying food, Scott. There's no product, sorry. You didn't hear at the beginning when I talked about it. Well, it says it right there. There's 0 products, 0 pills. It's food. I know it sounds too simple, too easy, but the people who invented this, Scott, they're the top weight loss researchers in the world. For 40 years, they did over 100 studies, thousands of people, and they came to the same conclusion Medicare was, that every diet they studied, 2/3 of everybody ended up weighing more than they did when they started, because 25 to 40% of what you've ever lost on any diet is lean muscle mass. And by losing lean muscle mass, it slows down metabolism. That's why people gain all the weight back. But worse, it also slows down our immune system. And now a big study came out, elderly people who lose lean muscle mass, it's an underlying cause of what? Dementia. These diets are crazy. None of them work long term. None of them. There's not a shred of evidence. We can't find anybody on TikTok with a shred of medical evidence other than the pharmaceutical companies. And now this. But everybody's following these people. They're nice people. I see fitness trainers and chiropractors and dietitians and medical doctors even. But they get no proof. The proof is the whole damn society is collapsing under its own weight, and that's not a pun. My God, worldwide we have 2.5 billion people overweight, and 1 billion are clinically obese. Who the hell is going to think that any diet works? They don't. This is craziness. It was developed. You know how they found out? They went to these regions of the world where no one was overweight. In Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And they found that these people, it was too simple. They simply were eating foods that you couldn't get any other place in the world with really huge amounts of nutrition. So the people ate less food. See, your hunger, any of you, has never come from counting calories. Impossible. The body has no idea what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie ever. Nor would your hunger ever come from counting from calories, lack thereof. It only comes from lack of nutrition. So the researchers that put together a food list you would take to your grocery store. However, caveat, only 30% of whatever you bought last month, that's all you're going to buy from your grocery store, period. The other 70% of the money you have left goes towards these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that the research, not me, the research called the world's most perfect foods. From a nutritional standpoint, they have about 300 different nutrients. 300! And so unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you don't need any supplements at all. And then they developed a new way of eating. This is what makes it work, called protein pacing. It's a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. And now it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with weight loss. Nobody has that. Nobody's got that. Are you kidding me? Show me, show me, show me. No, nobody can show me. It's insane. We have the solution. Here it is right in front of you. Here it is. You can lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. So imagine if you could have started on Monday, by tomorrow morning you would have lost as much weight that would have taken you to the middle of April. So middle of March, sorry. What are we in? Are we in March or April? I'm losing my mind. Oh, we're still in February. Okay, yeah. It would have been 4 weeks. Yeah, middle of April, I was right. Take you about 6 weeks. So anyway, hello Grace, hello Becca, hello Mrs. Wright, hello user 580, hello Vina 2010, hello Brian, hello Charles. Lots of people coming on here. Also, can we get some taps? If you like the content, please tap on the screen and show me what you think. Did do deliveries, the Scots. I'm not quite sure. Did you do delivery? Scott, I'm not quite sure. Please clarify I'm confused about your question. Anyway, to make a long story short, the researchers put a food list together, 30% of what you get from the grocery store, 70% from these world's most perfect foods, and then a new way of eating. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. Yes, you heard me, 4 meals a day. Starting with the world's most perfect foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the grocery list you got, and a 4th meal after dinner, the world's most perfect foods. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these world's most perfect foods, and this caused a detox. Let me stop right there. If you believe we're living in a toxic world and you're toxic, give me a yes. If you don't believe, you're literally on the wrong podcast, because this is about a detox that has this tremendous side benefit of losing weight. What we know medically, it's not up for debate. Every night when you go to sleep, as long as you don't eat too late, your body slows down digestion, which it has to do, and then it turns on a detox mechanism called autophagy when your body gets rid of the dead cells at night. It happens every night. Well, these researchers, by giving her 2 days a week, 8 servings a day of these world's most perfect foods, they could give her really small amounts of food, which they did, and huge amounts of nutrition, so she wasn't hungry. But by giving her little amounts of food, it turned on the detox mechanism. How do we know this? Because they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved this is removing chemicals from her body. But that was the extent of it. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down. Inflammation, which every one of us suffer from, came down 25% in 30 days. No diet has ever touched this, even come close to touching this. And maintenance. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. Every morning I have the world's most perfect food for breakfast. I have lunch and dinner. And every 2 months I do another 48-hour detox. Why? Because the toxins in our world are not going on vacation. But maintenance is really pretty simple. And again, if you look at, she's kept the weight off for 9 full years. I mean, I'd love for anybody to tell me a diet you think works. And why would it work? Because the principles of dieting, which are based on calorie deficit, are insane. It's against human metabolism, for crying out loud. Your brain calculates never calories, never, ever, 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 ever. Your brain calculates nutrition because it uses nutrition to run all the organs in the body. What happens on a diet, maybe you didn't have thought about this before, you lower the amount of food you're consuming, so therefore you lower the amount of nutrition. You lower the amount of nutrition, it triggers starvation in the brain. The brain turns to our muscles for fuel, slowing down your metabolism. That's why you gain all the weight back. But the other 2 horrible things they do to you, 1, by losing lean muscle mass, not up for debate, you slow down your own immune system. And number 3, they now say that in older people, because of the loss of lean muscle, it's a major underlying factor to dementia. Again, those aren't opinions on my part. I'm not giving you opinions. I'm giving you facts. Somebody ought to be giving you facts. I'll challenge anybody. Show me anybody. Can anybody tell me anybody on TikTok with 1 shred of medical evidence? I mean, I don't know why you're all so, hello, Alfred, save the world, May, Moni, Alicia, lots of people. I see you coming on. Okay. Again, would anybody like to, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. I don't understand why people, look, everyone, even if you're scrolling by, stop dieting, stop dieting, stop dieting. Diets don't work. Don't you get it? They don't work, for crying out loud. We got 4 years of saying 86% of Americans are going to be overweight or obese in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working? Do you know how many diets? Go to Barnes & Noble, look at how many different diets we have. If any of those diets work, why would we need 300 different diets? Am I correct? Is this just crazy? Or is it just me? Maybe I'm crazy. Look, I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years. And the one thing I pride myself on, I give you facts. I give you real medical proof. I don't give you opinions. I'm not giving you my opinion. But who isn't interested? Who would like, of the people that are on here right now, if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll blow your mind at how much weight. Look at her. Look at what happened. 60 pounds in 90 days, everybody. Come on. That's 5 pounds a week. Most of you are really excited. If you can lose a pound a week on a diet, you're ecstatic. But then it stops or slows down. And then the weight comes back. And then you look for a new diet. Who wants to? Okay, great, Yvette. 5'7", 298. Okay, Yvette, 5'7". You're tall. Yvette, minimum for you is going to be about 140. That's going to be 158 pounds. Yvette, get ready. First 4 days, 10 to 12 pounds in 4 days, Yvette. First month, I'd say at least 30 pounds. So 268 after 1 month, 238 after 2 months. The third month, it'll maybe slow down a little bit. I'd say 238. You're going to get down to around 213. The fourth month, you're going to crack through 200. You should be about maybe 195. So that's 5 months, 195, about 170. So basically, I'm going to say maximum 7 months, you should be about 140. Tell me, Yvette, how excited would you be about that? Just give me some comments. And Yvette, this is a free medical website for you to go to right here. And if you go there, we will not contact you. The only thing on that website, Yvette, is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, scroll down. You're very happy. Good, Yvette, good. Come on, I want to make all of you happy. Come on, but I can't do it by myself. I'm not a mind reader. Just tell me, are male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, just like Yvette did, and I'll give you a free rundown. So there it is, right under your name, The New Health Conversation. So Photoshop that, Yvette. And Yvette, this is based, Yvette, did you hear me walk through how you do it? Did anybody else hear me walk through how, because I'll repeat again, I'm happy to start from scratch and explain all of you. This is a detox. It's not a diet. There's no counting calories. There was no exercise involved. They didn't let them exercise. They actually were Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. So Yvette, give me a yes if you see that, you understand that's a website. And all of you understand user 4780, Shanti, the Scots joined from posts. Your follower, the Scots. Okay, good. Oh, you're back. But I wasn't quite sure, the Scots, you had a question and I don't think I answered it, and I'm happy to answer it, but I wasn't quite sure. Oh, I don't deliver anything, Scott. They deliver it. So, Scott, sorry, 30% of the food you'd order, Scott, you actually get a physical grocery list. You take to your grocery store wherever you live. The other 70%, we don't have anything to do with it. We have no products to sell you, Scott. You're buying directly from the researchers who found these foods in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Now, one important thing, Scott, there's only certain countries in the world this is available in. They are the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and anywhere in the EU. If you're anywhere else in the world, I have nothing to do with that. You can't get delivery. So to answer your question, are you in one of those countries? All right, so we got another user here. She's 175 centimeters, 105 kilograms, 175. Okay, you're 5'9". Okay, a great weight for you is going to be about 70 kilos. So let's go. So 105 to start, 70 kilos. Okay, the first 4 days, you'll probably lose, let's see, what are you? You're 350, okay. So, sorry, you're 210. You'll probably lose, in the first 4 days, you're going to lose like 8 to 10 pounds. The first month, minimum, probably 12 kilos. That's going to drop you already down 12 kilos. You're going to be under 100 kilos. You should be at 93 kilos. The second month, it'll probably slow down a little bit, 10 pounds. So 93, 83 after 2 months, 73 after 3 months, 63, So basically, about 3.5 to 4 months, you should be at 70 kilos. So user 478, tell me how excited you'd be about that, assuming you're in a country where it's available. Again, Australia, New Zealand, the EU, United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico. Are you in one of those countries? I hope, for your sake. User, give me a 478. So Scott, does that make sense? Okay, 478. You're in one of those countries. Great. Okay. But how excited are you about those numbers? Tell me about the numbers. What do you think? How excited are you about what I just told you? Wouldn't that just blow your mind? But look, she lost 60 pounds. She lost 30 kilos in 3 months. 30 kilos in 3 months. You tell me. I know. But it isn't. How much did you say? You're buying a month's worth of food. Take whatever you spent last month on all the food you ate. Take 30% of those dollars you're going to buy from your grocery store wherever you live. The other 70% of the money you have left pretty much pays for these other foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. So you're going to spend about what you spent last month. That's exactly what I need to lose. Fantastic. We're on to something. So here's the website you can go to. Scott, also, did you get the website? I'm hoping you're in one of those countries, Scott. Maybe you're not. And if you're not, there's nothing, because we don't ship you, we don't have anything to sell you. We're researchers. That site, The New Health Conversation, the only thing you'll find on there, if anybody goes there, including you, Scott's family, is the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. Shannon joined, TTK joined, TTK. Who else would like to, if you tell me, again, if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Read it again, everyone. Stop dieting forever. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills, dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, proven in 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, and she's kept it off for 9 years. But she's not the only one. Let me show you some other examples. Here's a lady that only had 15 kilos or 30 pounds to lose. She lost 10 kilos or 21 pounds in just a month, in 30 days. But I want you all to look at her stomach. That's not body image. That is the detox. See, we're all, unless you don't believe this, but we're all storing chemicals in our, what's called our visceral fat, is the fat around our organs, so that some people call it a muffin top, whatever you want to call it. It's not what you think it is. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you have when you die and your fat cells expand or contract. Listen, we're giving you a medical podcast. This is not a sales presentation because we have nothing to sell you. Our job is to make you aware of what's available. As a matter of fact, if you go to the website, we won't contact you, but if you like, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. How much is the consultation? 0. How much is the coaching? 0. How can we do this? Here's how. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. And people are going on this, having amazing results, and come back to us and say, hey, we'd like to coach someone else. But in addition, she and everybody else got, it's called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows are actually daily or videos from the researchers who put this together. And they're explaining to you why it works, how it works. That's all free. And they don't have any products. So they have no dog in the hunt other than educating you about how they did this. And then if we look at some of the men, here's a 65-year-old diabetic man, everybody, 40 pounds in a month. 40 pounds in a month. Look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4. Triglycerides 242 to 124. That's in 30 days, everybody. And then if we look at Eric down here, it's even more amazing. 45 pounds in a month. And look at his medical work. Look at his triglycerides and bad cholesterol in half in 30 days. Cut it by 50%. And his blood pressure, 134 over 91, dropped to 102 over 61 in 30 days. In 30 days. You try and tell me there's anything like this on the planet? It doesn't exist. Aren't you excited, some of you? Wouldn't you love to know? Because I'll do it for you for free. SMN11, Isnan T. If you tell me you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you, look, what are you all doing? You're following people on TikTok without a shred of medical evidence. Who? You don't believe me? Tell me anybody. Show me anybody on TikTok. And can we get some more taps on the screen? We're only at 242. Come on. I know. If you like the content, tap. If you don't, don't. I don't need fake numbers. I don't like that. I want real numbers. If this is making an impact, tap. If it's not, then don't. Okay, that's pretty clear. But again, let me. Who else would like to know? If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Oh, great, SM. I'm age 38. You're young. You're 5'1". No, is that 5'11"? I think that's 5'11". Am I correct? Tell me, 168. 5'1". No, I think you're 5'1" and 168. 5'1". Okay, good. All right, so 168. Okay, so 5'1", a great weight for you is going to be about 110. That's going to be 58 pounds. Brace yourself. First 4 days, and please react for me, SNMM. In the first 4 days, you should lose 6 to 8 pounds in 4 days. In the first month, I'm going to say you're going to drop probably close to 20 pounds. So let's go with 148 after 1 month. Now I'm going to go ultra conservative on you, because if I tell you what it really good, it's going to be bad enough when I give you the conservative numbers. So after 1 month, 148. 2 months, you're going to be 133. 3 months, you should be about 118. So 3 months and say 1 to 2 weeks, you're going to be 110. Tell me, SNM11 at 38 years of age, how great that's going to be. So that basically, even before summer, you're going to be 110 pounds. Tell me how excited you are about that. And all you have to do is you can go to this website right here, it's the New Health Conversation. Everybody screenshot it. If you go there, we're not going to contact you, and the only thing there is the medical proof. That would be amazing. But SNM, we see, look, wait a minute. Look at this young woman here. She had 30 pounds to lose, less than you did, but she lost 21 pounds in a month. I mean, what I really believe, you're probably going to average 20 pounds a month. I've seen people, you could get there in 2.5 months. In 10 weeks, you could be 110. But I don't want to tell you that. I'd rather underpromise and overperform, because already what I'm telling you must be blowing your mind. You've been on diets before. They don't work. We all know that. Am I right, SNM11? Am I right? On a diet, SM1, what have you experienced in the past? Maybe a pound a week? You're too young to have that as any kind of a detraction from your life. All of you have a chance to hit the do-over button. Imagine a big red button. It says on the top, do-over. Both hands, both elbows, push that button. Or go on a diet. So SNM, carnivore. No. Carnivore doesn't work. Carnivore is nonsense. It's total. There's not one shred of medical evidence behind carnivore long term. I don't care. I know there's doctors doing it. No medical evidence. None. Zero. Clinical studies don't count. They got to be peer-reviewed human trial studies. Let me prove it to you. This is Journal of the American Medical Association, where they looked at 48 different trials, 7,286 people on every kind of diet, including carnivore and keto and paleo and Mediterranean and time-restricted eating zone and Cornish and South Beach and Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. You know what they found? You know what the SNM in 12 months? The most amount of weight anybody lost in 12 months was 16 pounds, including carnivore. You know what that works out to? 5 ounces a week. Is that going to excite you, SN? Oh, you'll lose some weight initially on carnivore, but there's no medical proof behind it. And I know they're medical doctors and they're yakking about it. They didn't do a peer-reviewed human trial study on human beings. It's just silly. Anybody that would consider anything but this, why? I'll ask you, SNM, are you aware of anybody on TikTok, anybody with any medical proof? Give me a yes or no. SNM, please give me a yes or no. Okay, you prove my point. Look, do you understand, SM? We're on your side. We don't have anything to sell you. You're not buying anything from us, so it's not like I'm trying to convince you. There's nothing to convince you to. You convince yourself. Will you go to the website and look at the Listen, there's an interview with the #1 weight loss researcher in the world. He and his team did this. They don't have any products. They don't have a company. They're scientists. That's what makes it so great, SM. They're not projecting, they don't promote carnivore or keto or paleo or Mediterranean. They invented this. And they have no products. I'm telling you, imagine you could have started on Monday, SM now. So let's say you were started on Monday. You stand on the scale on Friday and you're down 6 or 8 pounds. How excited would you be? I can't even imagine. I bet you'd be very, very, very excited. You're too young to have to deal with this. Let's get rid of it. But you got to understand, they're all look at her. She's around your age. Actually, she's probably maybe even a little bit younger than you. And look at, you think her life, it looks like a different person. She's the daughter of a friend of mine. We're not photoshopping. We're scientists. We don't need to do that. Why would we trick you when we have nothing to sell you? Oh my gosh. I'm not saying you're saying that either. Good. Very happy. Yes, she does. I know. But do you think if you lose 60 pounds, you're going to look different than you do now? Oh, also, you're going to love this. In the first week, you're going to drop a whole dress size, typically with no exercise. So S&M, imagine in a week, you're going to be one dress size smaller with no exercise. They wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise because the researchers, not that they were against exercise, but otherwise you say, oh, well, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with that. Isn't that exciting? S&M, who else would like to have me do a free evaluation? Or I can walk you through exactly what is the detox? How does it work? Well, first you can see there's 0 products and 0 pills. It's based on food and a new way of eating. I'll do it anyway. I'll walk through because I know we've got some new people that just came on. So how did she lose 60 pounds in 90 days on a natural detox? It is not a diet. She did not diet. She did not count calories. There were 0 products and 0 pills, okay? People lose massive weight, have skin hanging. How about on this program? Absolutely not. Would you see any skin hanging on her? Oh, skin hanging. Look at this. 200 pounds in 11 months. 200 in 11 months. Where's the hanging skin? Do you see that now? Do you see 400? It's not a diet. You're trying to come. I'm not saying you are, but inadvertently, based on your experience, you're trying to compare it to a diet where people do end up with loose skin. But let me tell you why that is and why it doesn't happen here. On every diet out there, 4,098, that's what I'm going to call you because that's what's in your handle. On every diet, what you're doing, you're reducing the amount of food you're consuming, but you're reducing the amount of nutrition. When your brain senses there's not enough nutrition to run your body, you know what your body does, 4,000? Attacks your muscles, and you lose up to 40% of your lean muscle mass on any diet every time. So the muscle mass is the support for the skin, right? You take 40% away, that's why people end up with loose skin. Here, she gained 9% lean muscle mass. They all did. Look at this 65-year-old man. You talk about loose skin. Let me show you right here. Hold on. Where is Curtis? Oh, there we go. Look at his stomach on day 1. Look at his stomach on day 30. That's with no exercise. They wore Fitbits. But look at his blood work. The heck with the belly. Look at 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. It's not about weight. It's not about body image. It's about detoxification. We're all extremely toxic. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals as they enter the body's taking the chemical and stuffing it inside our visceral fat. That's his stomach that you see expanding because of the chemicals he's carrying inside the visceral fat's the fat around our organs, just to be clear to everybody. So 4,000, does that help? I mean, I lost 8 inches off my waist in 14 days, 23 years ago. I went from a 42 to a 34-inch waist, which I still am today. And I don't have any loose or hanging skin. So, I mean, it's just not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. And if you want, I would prove it to you. If you would tell me if you're male or female and how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days on this as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. That's exactly how this works. So who else would like to have me do a day with Joy? Hello, Joy. Hello, Wen. Hello, AP. Hello, Farex Jama. I honestly, I don't understand why. I guess it's because you're skeptical, everybody. But we're willing to give you a free evaluation. There's no products to buy with this, by the way, everybody. There are no products. It's only based on medical facts, and it's based on food and a new way of eating. And that's really the bottom line behind it all. So who is excited about finding out how this could it doesn't matter what happened to her. It only you're in this for yourself. I'm just giving you examples of what's happening. I'm telling you right now, you'll lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. I'll prove it to you if you're willing to come on and give us hello, Linda. I'm saying hi, Linda. I can see you over there. 421, you came on a minute ago. And here's the website. You also can go to, Linda. I'm typing it in for you. It's the New Health Conversation. I'm posting it right for you, Linda. You'll be able to see it there in a minute, hopefully. Stay joined. Mark Pack joined. MB to Ween joined. Nancy Williams joined. A lot of you are joining or leaving or both. But again, everybody, I want to give you a free evaluation. And what I need from you is if you'll tell me, oh, I'm in Grenada. It's not available, Linda. I'm sorry, it's not available in Grenada. It's not available in the Caribbean. It's not available in Africa. It's not available except in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and anywhere in the EU. Those are the only places in the world it's available. We don't sell anything. We have no products to sell you. I'm just giving you the facts, okay? So Vermette, Joanna, Mark Pack in Colorado. I'm in Denver. How did you know it's in Colorado, Mark? I'm in the tech center right now off of Bellevue and I-25 in my studio where I do all my broadcasting for my podcasts. What a beautiful day. Well, it wasn't quite so warm. I think it was 59 out today. Yesterday, like 73 degrees. Whoa. I'm all about it. Anyway, who else would like to ask me a question? Or let me walk through one more time so all of you understand how is this possible. So we're going to read the headline. Stop dieting forever. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills, dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, and this is proven and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, and she's kept it off for 9 years. 9 years. 9. It's not a diet. It's based on food, and it was developed by the top weight loss researchers in the world who were paid for 40 years to analyze diets where they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And sadly, two-thirds of all people are unable, are gaining more weight than they lost. And the reason for that is really simple. I want you all to understand on whatever diet you're on or been on, the weight you're losing, medically proven, 25 to 40% of those pounds is actually your lean muscle mass. There's your downfall. When you lose lean muscle, the body reacts by slowing down your metabolism, slowing down your immune system. And now we know in the latest studies that losing lean muscle mass, especially if you're older, leads to dementia. Other than that, it's going great, okay? So I've got my 30-day relief package in the mail. Just want to know, when will I talk to a coach? You would have been contacted already by a coach. Am I correct, Vernon? Who is your coach? You need to let them know today. If you're going to start tomorrow, call them, text them, smoke signals, whatever. Well, it's impossible. How did you get the packages? If you didn't have a coach, impossible. How did you order? I mean, that's new to me. So, Vernette, how did you order? Oh, okay. Don't you have his phone number, Vernette? Let me give it to you right now. Boom. There you go, right there. Call him. He's around. Absolutely do not start without, okay, good, Vernon. Yeah, call him today and tell him like you want to start tomorrow. Because see, we don't know what day you're going to get stuff, so that's part of it. And normally we have people like yourself let us know when it's going to be available. I mean, when you physically have it. But please do not start without talking to them, because how you do it is as important as what you're going to be doing. Does that make sense, Vernon? Yes? So please let me know that you're okay. You understand, call him, okay? I want to make sure, that's all. Okay, great, Vernon. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Vernon, did you contact me on my TikTok today and ask me when I was going to go live, and you said you had a question for me? Are you the one that did that? I'm just curious, because there's somebody else that was trying to get a hold of me for some reason. I'm not sure. Anybody else like to contact me? I mean, not contact me, but I'm going to give you all a walkthrough. Okay, great. All right. All right, so everybody else, if you want to know, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, I'll tell you your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Who would like to know? Please let me know who would like to know how you can lose as much weight in 4 days on this as 6 weeks of any diet. Is anybody curious? Is anybody interested? It's just Mark Pack. Okay, Mark, 251.74. Mark, sorry. You're 251, Mark, but I need to know how tall you are, or I can't give you I want to give you an honest estimate. Maybe if you're 7'4", you're at weight. I don't think unless you're playing basketball that I don't know about, right? I promise 4'7", I'm going to tell you 5'10". Let me do Mark Pack first, and then I promise 4'7", and everybody else, I'll tell you exactly how this works. So Mark, you're 5'10". A great weight for you at 5'10" is going to be no more than about 170. So 170 is about 81 pounds. So Mark, okay, first 4 days, you're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds, Mark. Did you hear what I said? First 4 days, not 4 weeks, 8 to 10 pounds. First month, I would say you're going to lose close to 30 pounds. You should be about 221 after a month. It'll slow down a little bit. Even if it goes to the slow numbers, about 25 pounds, I'd say the second month. So if you're 231, you should be about 206 after 1 month. The third month, it'll probably slow a little bit too. 206, you should be about 86 pounds. 186 after 3 months. 4 months, 186, 160. So pretty much you're going to be at your goal weight within 4 months or less. Mark, put in the chat, how excited would you be about that? Mark, also, the first month, expect to lose 2 to 4 inches off your waist in 30 days with 1 week, in 7 days with no exercise. I lost 8 inches of my waist, Mark, in 14 days. I went from a 42 to a 34-inch waist. I'm still a 34-inch waist 23 years later. So how, Mark, is that exciting? All right, now, everybody else that wants to know how this works. Okay, so first of all, it was invented, not by me, I had nothing to do with that. It was invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world. They had spent 40 years being paid. They were paid for 40 years to analyze diets because they were considered the top weight loss people in the world. In 40 years, they never found a diet that worked. 2/3 of everybody on every diet they studied gained more weight than they lost, because every person on every diet, that includes all of you, 25 to 40% of what people lost in pounds was actually lean muscle mass. There's no such thing as losing fat on a diet. It's a total lie. You don't burn fat on a diet, and you don't burn fat at the gym. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you have when you die, and those fat cells expand and contract over your lifetime. So there's one of the biggest lies, being told that you can burn fat in the gym. Forget it. It's a lie. It's not true, okay? Now, what did these researchers do? They said, yeah, Mark, I'm glad you're excited. And Mark, here's the website you can go to. I was worried there for a minute, Mark, that you didn't think that was spectacular. I mean, Mark, my journey was I lost 8 pounds in 4 days, 12 pounds in 9 days, 20 pounds in 18 days, 30 pounds in a month, 40 pounds in 7 weeks. And I was blown away, needless to say. Needless to say. Okay, so anyway, there's the website, Mark, you can go to. Now, Mark, make sure, and any of you, if you want to go to the website, don't do at The New Health Conversation, because that's my TikTok site. Nothing wrong with it. I got 1,500 videos on there, but there's no medical proof and you won't get a coach. So just make sure, Mark, you know it's The New Health Conversation. Okay, so I was who's asking me that? So 478, let me finish. So the researchers, they said there's got to be people somewhere in the world that aren't overweight. So they found other researchers who'd gone to areas of the world where no one was overweight, in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, representing foods with huge amounts of nutrition and small amounts of food. So the researchers put together, believe it or not, you're going to get a grocery list from our coaches. The grocery list you take to your grocery store, wherever you live. When people talk about cost, take whatever you spent last month total on food. Take 30% of it, just 30%. That's all you need to spend at the grocery store. The other 70% pretty much will pay for the foods that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that the researchers have called the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint, which is the only thing you should care about and the only thing your body cares about. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. You've never been hungry in your life for calories. That's the dumbest thing we ever did as humans. So now they had the food, right? They have 30% from your grocery store, and 70% of the money you have left is going to these foods around the world. Then they invented a new way of eating. So 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with the world's most perfect meal for breakfast, lunch and dinner from the grocery, and a 4th meal, the world's most perfect foods. Yes, 4 meals a day. You heard me correctly. No, don't try and shortcut it. I'm going to do 3. No, you're not. You're going to do 4, or don't do it. Don't waste your time, effort, and your money, okay? 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, no food from your grocery store, only these world's most perfect foods, and you're going to eat, she did, 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half for 2 hours. Now, the reason they did that, because this is a detox. How does that work? Last night, when you went to sleep, as long as you didn't eat too late, your body slowed down digestion. It has to do that. Turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy, when your body gets rid of all the dead cells. It happens every single night, as long as you don't eat too late. So like late night snacking, not a good idea. Now, so the researchers, after each of the 48 hours, now remember, this is until she lost her weight, 5 days a week, 4 meals a day, 2 days a week, 8 meals a day, until she lost her weight. And the reason that they did the 8, gave her only those foods, they gave her really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition, so they involved very little digestion, turning on the detox mechanism. But these researchers weren't satisfied. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved medically that her body was removing chemicals from her. I mean, how many of you realize that you're toxic? If you don't believe it, you're on the wrong podcast. You're storing poisons inside your fat cells, whether you know it or not. The bloating you experience, most of you complain to us about, you didn't add fat to your body. Your exact fat cells are protecting you. The body's storing, it's taking the chemical and stuffing it inside what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. And you can see how much she shrank, but there's other amazing examples. Look at this young woman here, only had 30 pounds to lose. Look at her stomach and her hips. That's not body image. That's not body dysphoria. That's the medical reaction to your body being able to get rid of the chemicals inside those fat cells, and the fat cells shrink. It has nothing to do with body image. It's a medical condition you want to be able to attack. That's with no exercise. She wore Fitbit to prove she didn't exercise, but she's not the only one. Look at this guy. That looks like a different person. I agree, but it's not. He lost 45 pounds in a month, everybody. 45 pounds. And look at his blood work, triglycerides and cholesterol in half in 30 days. And his blood pressure from 134/91 dropped to 102/61. And let's go back to our 65-year-old diabetic. I didn't point that out. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. You think there's any diet like this on planet Earth? What would it be? And you got to understand, everybody. I'll ask you all a question. Mark, if you're still here, help me out. Also, 478, help me out. Can either of you tell me, and this is a straight up question, are you, either one of you, or anybody else that wants to add, are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence? Please give me a yes or no. Who wants to put it? Come on, everybody. This is audience participation. I'm not a mind reader. Tell me, are you aware, any of you, with anybody on TikTok with a peer-reviewed human trial, any medical proof? They're called peer-reviewed medical studies. This protocol that he was on in front of you there, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe. It's real. There's no products. They don't have anything to sell you. They're scientists. They gave you a food list and a new way of eating that can change your lives. You can lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of dieting. Aren't you interested, everybody? Aren't you curious? Don't you have your intellectual medical curiosity about your lives you're entrusting to people giving you opinions? And they're nice people. I see them, medical doctors and chiropractors and dietitians and nutritionists and fitness people and health coaches. But they don't have a shred of medical evidence. You're all, oh my gosh. It's just, and look, the medical studies now are coming out. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diet's not the answer. The researchers at Medicare reviewed the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets and diets in general to find an effective treatment for obesity. Sadly, the researchers found that 2/3 of all dieters regained more weight than they lost. That's all of you. So 2/3 of you are going to end up more in weight. Why the hell are you on a diet when they don't work? Why? Because that's all you had available to you. Not enough room to type, so we'll send message in stages. My sister had 80% of stomach cut out. Wow, 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 wow. Good, 478. You're going to look into this. And you understand, 478, before you go to sleep, look, you must be somewhere around the world. Are you clear on the website, all of you, not just Health Conversation? Okay, hold on. I spelled it wrong. That's the first problem. There we go. So this website that I'm sharing with all of you is free to go there. There's nothing to buy. We will not contact you if you go there. The only way we'll contact you is if you scroll down and you get a free consultation, a free coach the whole time. There it is. I just put it right below your name, 4000, and below your name, 478, and Sophie and anybody else. I know this sounds too good to be true, but let's get all the white noise gone. What changes everything is this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world for weight loss and health. And people are jumping off. You have to understand this podcast could change people's lives. They could change. Now, you might wonder, who the hell is this guy? Me. Let me show you my quick bio, not to impress you, but impress upon you. Okay, I'm the author of 4 best-selling books of some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. I did 20 appearances on PBS. I've done over 1,500 live lectures around the world in hospitals and universities. They flew me to China. I was a keynote speaker at Autism One in Chicago 2 years in a row, one of the biggest autism conferences in the entire world. I'm very proud of now, by the way, you see 4 books behind me. Those are my books. None are for sale. You can't buy books on my website. We don't do that. We hold to our line. We're giving you Huh. Peter from Australia told her about this program. She didn't listen. Well, I'm sorry about that. But again, it could help you potentially. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can't, my job, you understand, I hope 4,000. My job is not to convince people. My job is not to sell people. My job is to be a scientist and say, look, here's the evidence. Then you get to see the evidence and then you decide what you want to do. It's not up to me. So again, who else would like to know? If you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. Typically, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days on this as 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. So who else would like to make a comment or a question? Or just ask me, how did she do this? I'm happy to do that too. Put it in the chat. I'm not a mind reader. I want to help as many people as I can, but I can't help you if you're unwilling to tell me what it is you want me to tell you. I think that's right. Did I say that correct? I think, yeah. That's like a tongue twister. Let me show you another big study. Why you shouldn't count calories. They said, our researchers found the truth is calorie counting is a terrible approach for weight loss. While counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count or restrict calories gain back more weight than they lost. Now, let's talk about the shots, because maybe some of you are contemplating it, or you did it, or you're thinking about doing it. So let's look at the real medical evidence. Now, again, let me clarify. We're not against the shots. Diabetics definitely need the meds, and people morbidly obese. But let's look at the comparisons, okay? So let's go to Kristen. This is like the least amount we're used to seeing at about 5 pounds a week, okay? She lost 21 pounds in 30 days. She only had 30 pounds to lose. Now, this is the New England Journal of Medicine for you people in Australia and other areas. It's considered probably the number 1 or 2 medical journal in the world. They did a 68-week study, everyone. 68 weeks is 1 year and 4 months, not 6 or 8 weeks, 68 weeks. I'm going to read from the study what the results were. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 16 kilos or 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds or 16 kilos people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. Did you hear what I just said? That means if you do the math, about almost, 40% of what they lost was lean muscle mass. It took them 68 weeks to lose 16 kilos or 32 pounds, sorry. She lost 21 pounds or 10 kilos in 30 days. Which one would you choose? And this has no side effects. Now, let's talk about the shots a little bit more deeply. There was a big study that came out last week. Now, remember, I'm only reporting the news, the medical research, okay? Wait till you hear this about the shots. The GLP-1 starvation epidemic, a medical disaster unfolding in plain sight. The so-called miracle weight loss injections, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, are being pushed as ultimate fix for obesity, but behind the glossy ads and celebrity endorsement lies a truth. They're systematically starving millions of users from the inside out. This isn't a side effect. This is a full-blown nutritional catastrophe that doctors are only now waking up to. Scurvy is back. Did you hear what I said? This is from the study. This isn't me saying this. Scurvy is back, and it's hitting modern patients. Australian researchers just exposed the scandal. 17 years of clinical trials on the shot barely bothered to track what patients were eating. Now we're seeing real cases of full-blown scurvy. Yes, pirate disease, bleeding gums, open wounds, total exhaustion. British star Robbie Williams publicly blamed the 2025 scurvy diagnosis on these shots. I stopped eating. I wasn't getting nutrients. This is 2026, not 1700. How the hell did we let this happen? Up to 40% of your weight loss is precious muscle, turning you frail and broken. Forget the scale victories. You're losing lean muscle mass at terrifying rates, especially if you're over 40. This loss of lean muscle mass accelerates sarcopenia, osteoporosis, heart failure risk, and permanent metabolic damage. Woo! Those aren't my opinions. I'll let you be the judge what you want to do. Because I bet many of you are contemplating. Now they've made the drug available in a pill form, so it's way less. I think you can get it for about $150 a month, where the shots were like 1,000. But are you happy with those results? Are you happy with losing 32 pounds in 68 weeks and all of those side benefits of causing scurvy? That doesn't sound too good to me. I'm not doing that. I don't want any part of that. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Would anybody like to do that? So who would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to know how this works, let me walk through that real quickly. So it was invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world. They've been paid for 40 years to analyze diets. They analyzed and they looked at thousands of people. They never found a diet that worked. they said there's got to be places in the world where no one's overweight, and they found other researchers who've been going to places where no one was overweight, in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And those researchers had brought these foods back that you can't buy in any grocery store. So these new researchers got together with them, and they put together a food list that would, you actually, if you go to our website, we'll give you the food list you take to the, that's what she used. You're getting the exact same food list she used to lose the weight. But only 30% of what you or she bought or you would buy at your grocery store, that's all you're going to buy at the grocery store. But and it's proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. The other 70% of the food doesn't come from any grocery store anywhere. It comes from these faraway regions in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, representing huge amounts of nutrition that the researchers called the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint, and that's the only thing you should care about. The reason they're saying that, listen to this, those foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand would represent about 300 different nutrients. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you need no supplements at all on this. So now based on these new foods, they then created a new way of eating called protein pacing. It's a registered trademark. You all can Google it if you want. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with the World's Most Perfect Food for breakfast, lunch and dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal, the World's Most Perfect Foods. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these World's Most Perfect Foods. And this time she had 8 times a day. Now let me pause. This is why it's a detox. So I hope you all believe we're living in a toxic world. If you're not, you're naive. We're drinking, breathing any chemicals as they enter our body. The body takes the chemical, stuffs it in our fat cells, and that's why we have the bloating that we have. You're in a position where you can reset your whole body. So what they did to prove after each of the, so each week until she lost the weight, 2 days, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved this was removing chemicals from the body, and that's why everybody on this shrank so much. Most men lose 2 to 4 inches off their waist in the first 7 days. Women lose at least a dress size in the first 7 days, and no one was allowed to exercise. They all wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise because the researchers, they're not against exercise, but otherwise you'd say, oh, she lost weight or he lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. I mean, you look at a 65-year-old man, look at his stomach on day 1, everybody. Look at his stomach on day 30. That's not anything to do with body image. That is him becoming healthier and healthier and healthier. You know, I had a fitness trainer last week. He's sucking his stomach in. Okay, if that was true, how did he suck his neck in, everybody? How did he suck his neck in? I understand you're all skeptical, but my question to any of you, be honest with me. Are you aware of anybody on social media, let alone especially TikTok, with any medical proof at all? Who would it be? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody give me anybody on TikTok with medical proof? This is published, I've got them in my hand, in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with weight loss and health. Who are you? Why would you be following people? They're nice people on TikTok. Medical doctors, chiropractors, dietitians, without one shred of medical evidence, really? Really? Do you understand how powerful this is? Do you get it? It's up to you, it's not up to me. So who else would like to ask me a question or have me do a free, I'll give you a free analysis. Just tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight. I'll show you how you can lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. Doesn't anyone want to know? You're not even curious? I mean, this is changing people's lives. This is a medical podcast that's changing people's lives. And I don't care if there's 1 person or 500 people on here. We've got 822 likes. Come on, let's get some taps on that screen. I did 18,000 likes on one of these yesterday. So I don't know, maybe I suck. It's late in the day today. Come on, everybody. I want to help as many people as I can. Oh, there we go. Some people are giving me some hearts. Hello, Joanne Mendez. Hello. Welcome. George, 4,000. Pink Doodoo. Sheila, Shell Lab 23. User 4,000. You've been on for a while, User 4,000. So User 4,000, you're very active on this as well. Are you aware, User 4,000, of anybody on TikTok with 1 shred of medical evidence? I'd love for you. Just tell me. Joanne, it's a detox. Here, let me explain it to you. Sorry. So Joanne, Stop dieting forever. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills. She dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, and she's kept it off for 9 years. There was no exercise involved. They didn't let them exercise. This is going to change everything. So let me ask you a quick question, Joanne, and then I'll promise I'm going to explain to you exactly what they did. Joanne, do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Because if you don't, then you're on the wrong podcast, because this is a detox. It's not a diet. And everybody in the world, okay, good. All right, then we're on the same page. Okay, so Joanne, let me explain it to you. It was not invented by me, but I've been in nutritional research. Let me explain to you who I am, Joanne, just so you don't think. And I'm not trying to impress you, but I want to impress upon you. So here's my bio. 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 appearances on PBS, 1,500 lectures around the world, even in China. Was a keynote speaker at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. So I come to you as a researcher. Nothing I'm going to share with you next, Joanne, is my opinion. The only thing I ever give you are medical proof, not just medical proof, but published in the biggest medical journals in the world that deal with weight loss, etc. So here's what they did. They, the researchers, had been paid for 40 years to analyze diets. That's how come they became the #1 weight loss researchers in the world. And they never found a diet that worked, Joanne, long term. As a matter of fact, 2/3 of everybody ended up gaining more weight than they lost, because the weight people were losing, 25 to 40% was lean muscle mass. That's why people end up with all the loose skin. So they were bound and determined. They said there have to be people somewhere in the world who aren't overweight. And they found these people in areas like Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, where no one was overweight. And the secret was too simple. These people simply ate food that you can't buy at your local grocery store that had huge amounts of nutrition. And guess what? That way they ate less food. See, your hunger, Joanne, has never come from lack of calories. The only thing your hunger can ever come from is the lack of nutrition. And what people don't tell you is when you go on a diet, you lower the amount of food you're consuming. You also lower the amount of nutrition. The brain thinks you're starving to death, turns to your muscles for fuel. That's why you lose weight initially, Joanne, on any of these diets, and why you gain it all back. Because when you lose lean muscle, it slows down your metabolism, it slows down your immune system. And now we know later in life, people who have lost a lot of lean muscle mass, it's an underlying cause of dementia, right? So these researchers, they found other researchers who were bringing these foods in. So they teamed up, they put a grocery list together that you would get, Joanne, you take it to your grocery store. None of these foods from around the world, just your local grocery store. And you get proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes. The other 70% of the food comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that these researchers call the world's most perfect foods. From a nutritional standpoint, they have over 300 nutrients. There's no pills. There's no synthetic vitamin. No. It's the food itself that these people are consuming. Then they invented a new way of eating. So 5 days a week, you'd have 4 meals a day. You'd start with the world's most perfect foods for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the grocery, and a 4th meal after dinner until you lose your weight. And yes, it's 4 meals a day. You didn't hear me misspeak. 2 days a week, here's the detox. No food from the grocery store, only these foods from around the world. This time, she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. Now, why was that important for detox? Because last night, Joanne, all of us, as long as you didn't eat too late, once you went to sleep, your body all but stops digestion, turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy, when your body gets rid of the dead cells. Well, they proved it while she was awake. By giving her these foods with these extreme amounts of nutrition and feeding her 8 times a day, she had really small amounts of food, which didn't engage her digestive tract, turning on the detox mechanism. And they proved it through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this is a detox. First and foremost, Joanne, to give you an idea, you're going to lose a whole dress size in the first 7 days. You'll lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. I'll prove it to you. If you want to tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I will blow your mind. The New Health Conversation, Joanne, right here, I'm putting it below your name, is the free website to go to. If you go to the website, we won't contact you. We don't do that. But we give you the option. If you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free coach. How much is the coaching? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. What do you buy from us? Nothing. You're going to buy food from your grocery store, and then they'll show you how to get these other foods from around the world. And maintenance is simple. Like this morning, I had the world's most perfect food for breakfast. I had lunch. I'm going to have dinner tonight. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, Joanne, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23. Well, you can see there, she's kept it off for 9 years. These pictures are about 9 years old. So again, Joanne, does that make sense? Can you give me a yes if that makes sense to you and you understand you could go or not go to the New Health Conversation to see the medical proof if you like what you see? Free consultation, everyone. Free. How much is free? $0. And that's it. I went really fast because there's a lot of information to cover, but so you'd want to screenshot that. Joanne, don't do at the New Health Conversation. That's my TikTok site, 1,500 videos there, but no medical proof, and you can't get a coach. That site, you get the coach. Also, I should tell you, Joanne, one other thing. It'll say when you go there, if you do decide, and it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. That's a little misleading, not on purpose. 30% of the food you're going to consume in a month, that's all you're going to spend. Of what you spent last month, only 30% at your grocery store. They're not going to refund your money if this doesn't work. But the other 70%, even if you eat all the food in a month, if it doesn't work, 100% money back guarantee. They'll even pay return shipping. There's nothing like this on the planet, and you get coached for free. So Joanne, doesn't that sound pretty intriguing? But go to the website, because we won't contact you if you go there, I promise you. There's no way for us to do it. We set it up that way. We want you to be in control of your own life, not us. Our job, here's the evidence. Then you decide. And then look, we all got coached. And what's happening, Joanne, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Pay It Forward, one of my favorite movies. The New Health Conversation, that website is a movement. It's not a company. We have no products to sell you. We don't have any products. But what's happening is so many people have gone on this and had such spectacular results. They came to us and said, look, we'd like to coach somebody else. Everybody gets a coach. And the coaching is free. How much is the coaching, everyone? $0. So Joanne, does that sound pretty intriguing? Joanne, let me ask another question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I'm not a mind reader for people. Joanne, are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence behind these diets that they're putting people on? Do you know all they're giving you, Joanne, is their opinion? That's it. With all due respect, medical doctors, chiropractors, dietitians, nutritionists, it's the biggest non-event on the planet. They're telling people to do things that have never worked. Diets. I mean, Johns Hopkins Medical School, Joanne, just to let you know, they came out and said, study predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. They estimate 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in 4 years. Joanne, does that sound to you like diets are working? Right? Happy findings. You go to the website right here. Look, the New Health Conversation. Hold on, I just typed it in right below your name. Just give me a happy findings. Give me a yes that you can see that. My nephew compete in bodybuilding competition. I imagine this program will get it. Oh my God, 4,000, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me show you what happens with people that exercise. Now again, I'll show you a picture. This is a young man, 42 years old, a surfer, living in Nicaragua, goes to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. This is 11 days. He didn't need to lose weight. So this is in answer to your question, 4,000. Hold on just a second. Let me find it. Okay, look at this, everyone. Look at day one, pretty darn good shape. But 4 days later, the morning of day 5, look at that stomach area and look at day 12, 4,000. Can you see that? That's 11 days. I had a fitness trainer that's Photoshop. Guess what, everybody? This I can stand by. That is my youngest son. He lives in Nicaragua. Look at that. I mean, I wish I looked like that. Of course, he's a bit younger than me. But 4,000, tell me what you think about that. Is that unbelievable? In 11 days. So when it says day 12, that's the morning of day 12. It's not, he hadn't finished 12 days. And that's how he looks. And he's 42 or 43? He just had a birthday in July. He's got another July coming up. That's right. So yeah, I think he's going to be 43. But that doesn't matter. Everyone understand this is a detox. It's not a diet. Do you think he looks like he needed to lose weight? It's just so great to be able to be in a position to really make a difference in people's lives. Happy findings. Are you clear on how to get started? Yes? Good, user 4,000. Very impressive. And Joanne, I didn't hear from you about what you think. 4,000. Very impressive. Yeah, I know it is. There's nothing on the planet like this. Let's see, who else is here? Joanne. Okay, so Joanne, just give me a yes. At least you understand the program, and you understand you can go to the website if you want to. But who else would like to ask me a question about how it works? Because the main thing is, what is it going to do for you? Not me, not her. These are just examples of what people going through it are experiencing. But has anyone, user 4,000, have you ever seen anything like that right there, that transformation? 60 pounds 30 kilos in 90 days, in 3 months, with no exercise? So again, who else would like to ask me a question? 4,000, I can't wait to go on this program. We can't wait for you. And you're sure, now you're clear 4,000. Tell me, here's where you go, the new. And also, you do understand, all of you, if you do this, you get a free coach and a free consultation. How much is the coaching? Zero. How much is the consultation? Zero. What do you buy from us, everybody? Nothing. You're going to buy food and you're going to learn a new way of eating until you lose your weight, and then we're going to show you how to maintain it. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So who else would like to know how this could benefit you, not me? So again, everybody, tell me how you'd like to learn about how this can benefit you. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days on this as 6 weeks of any diet. And the other thing I should tell you is that, very impressive considering no exercise. When the time comes, we'll give this program a go. Great. Yeah, I hope you do 4,000 for your benefit. There's nothing in the world like it. And again, 4,000, give me a yes or no. Are you aware of anybody on TikTok with any medical proof at all behind the claims they're making? Yeah, I'm sure I bet you're going to do it. I'm not worried about that. But again, 4,000. Are you aware of anybody on TikTok with any medical proof at all behind these opinions they're giving you for diets? There's Charles, Ashton, Alexa, Imran Khan, Kendi. Again, any of you, if you'd like to tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, I'll tell you can lose as much weight on this in 4 days as a diet in 6 weeks, and you'll be able to keep it off for the rest of your life. I lost 40 pounds, 20 kilos in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've maintained that now for 23 years. It's not a diet, it's a detox. You can read the headline. Stop dieting forever. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills, dropped 60 pounds in 90 days. It's proven safe in 10, I got them right here, 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, and she's kept it off for 9 years. The studies are on the website for you to see the medical proof. Nobody else. I'm sure you're asking me, how did she do that? Is that what you're asking? How do WW? I'm thinking, just give me a yes if I'm on the right track. You want me to explain to you how they did it? Just give me a yes and I'm happy to do it for everybody. So how do? I'm going to assume that's what you meant. Okay, so let me explain it to all of you. First of all, this was invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world. For 40 years, they were paid to analyze diets. They never found a diet that worked. And they said there's got to be people in the world that aren't overweight. And so they found these people in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, where nobody was overweight. And what they found, these people simply, was pretty simple. Oh, my dog knocked my hand. No, you're forgiven. It's okay. I'm going to explain it to you now, me, okay? So, for everyone, first of all, I didn't invent this. I had nothing to do with it, although I'm a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I don't want to impress you, but anybody that, when I tell you this, I want you to understand my background. So here's my bio. I've written 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 appearances on PBS public broadcasting, over 1,500 live lectures around the world. They even flew me to China. I was a keynote speaker at Autism One in Chicago, the biggest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. You got it? So I've got a little bit of credibility, I hope. By the way, on my website, there's no books for sale. So censors, we have nothing to sell. On the website that I'm going to show to you, me, there's nothing to buy. And you can go there at any time. And if you do, we're not going to contact you, but you can scroll down and you can get a free coach if that's what you want to do. The coaching is free. We don't sell you anything. Okay, so let me keep going. So the researchers effectively realized the key to these people, they had foods you couldn't buy in any grocery store anywhere else. They just had really high levels of nutrition. So they came back and they put a grocery list together. Where do I buy the book? No, Kendi, I don't want you buying any books. No, we don't do that. Go to the website. Everything is there for free, including a big interview with the #1 weight loss researcher in the world. This is not about a book. It's about educating you, okay? Now, let me keep going, everyone. So the researchers put a food list together, whether it's Kendi or me or any of you, that you would take to your grocery store. But it only would represent 30% of whatever you spent last month. You're going to spend this month at the grocery store. You're going to get serving size. You're going to order way less food than what you're used to. Don't panic yet. The other 70% of the money you have left goes towards these other researchers who found these foods in Russia and Mongolia in Tibet, in Nepal actually, South America, New Zealand, that represented huge amounts of nutrition, that the research is called the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint of view. They have over 300 nutrients. Did you hear what I said, everybody? Not 30, 300. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you need no supplements at all in this. This is based on nutrition. It's not no calorie counting. They didn't allow them to exercise. They actually wear Fitbits. She wore a Fitbit to prove she didn't exercise, and she lost 60 pounds in 90 days. Now, what they did, they then used these foods and created a new way of eating called protein pacing. You actually can Google it. It's a registered trademark of the U.S. Patent Office. So 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with the world's most perfect foods for breakfast, no food from the grocery store, lunch and dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from the world's most perfect foods. You got it, everybody? 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these world's most perfect foods. This time, she ate 8 times a day. You heard me, 8 times a day, every about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now, why did they have her do that? Because this is a detox. So for the new people coming on, give me a yes. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? We're all toxic. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals as they enter the body. The body takes that chemical and stuffs it in what's called our visceral fat. The visceral fat is the fat around your organs. And the reason you're bloated is not because you added fat to your body. This body image thing, no way. This is not dysphoria, anything like that. Your body is protecting you by expanding your fat cells. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you have when you die. And your fat cells over your lifetime expand or contract. That's it. Hopefully everybody understands that, right? So in addition, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis after each 48 hours, proving this was detoxing the body. But also what they found, blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all crashed in 30 days. And inflammation, which is the underlying cause of every disease out there, it came down 25% a month. No diet has ever approached this. Again, I would challenge me, or I would challenge any of you, Kendi. Go tell me anybody that you know of on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence until right now, other than the drug companies and us. We have the only medical proof. Now, the key to this whole thing is maintenance, where every day for breakfast, you have the world's most perfect food. You have 2 meals, and every couple months, you do another 48-hour detox. Does that make sense to everybody? And again, you don't have to buy my books. There's an interview, Kendi, on the website with the #1 weight loss researcher in the world. Listen to that. It's called 60 Minutes. It'll change your life. You'll never do, any of you that take the time to go there and watch that interview, you'll never do a diet again. They even said it would be unethical for them to ever recommend a regular diet again. They spent 40 years trying to find one that works, and they finally created it, and they have no products to sell. They have no company, so there's no agenda tied to this. I know it sounds too good to be true. I get the pushback every single day from people. Oh, this is BS. This is, really? Well, what stops that conversation is this protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's been scrutinized by world-class doctors and researchers, 10 different groups. Each journal, I'll read some of the journals published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrition Journal, Nutrients Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is one of the top 3 medical journals in the world. Each one of those journals has their own set of, let's call them investigators, who look at the data and go thumbs up or thumbs down. That's why no drug ever gets approved without a peer-reviewed human trial study. Not on mice or rats or chimpanzees, human beings. This is going to change the world for the people that, look, the thing I feel really sad about is that people come on and they make a judgment and they don't even spend, I normally can go over explaining how it works in 2 or 3 minutes. And yet they'd rather go and listen to these influencers on TikTok without a shred of medical evidence. I keep asking all of you to support me. Are you aware, like me or Kendi or any of you? Can you tell me, are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence? Just give me a yes or no. This is not hard. Let's have audience participation. Can any of you on here show me anybody on TikTok with any medical proof at all? We can't find it. We've never seen it. As a matter of fact, when we asked the search engines, Chat, GPT, and Grok, are there any influencers on TikTok with medical proof other than the drug companies and this protocol? And they came back and said TikTok's major weight loss and health influencers have no peer-reviewed human trials to back up their claims. It's all opinions, anecdotal evidence. Top influencers, despite massive followings, like any substantial body of peer-reviewed studies. There's your answer. You're following people that are giving you opinions. Are you willing to entrust your health to an opinion? But you also have to understand the big deal. You're storing poisons in your body right now as we sit here tonight. Is that a good idea? Is that your plan moving forward? I hope not. So again, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Who wants to know? If you don't want to know, it's okay too. And Kendi's saying, no, you're not aware of anybody. Now, Kendi, let me ask you a question. This is important. This is not available everywhere in the world. It's available in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and anywhere in the EU. So, Kendi, are you in any of those countries? Because if you're not, I'm sorry, there's no way. We don't ship any. We have nothing to do with the distribution. That's from those researchers. So, Kendi, where are you in the world? I hope you can do this if that's what you want to do. And you can go to the website, again, for free. Oh, yeah, it's not available in the Bahamas, Kendi, unless you have a way to have a trans-shipper from Miami to the Bahamas. We have a lot of people in Jamaica. We got people in Turks and Caicos, but they have a way to ship it from Miami. So if you have that, then you can do it. If you don't have it, then it's not possible to do it. So sorry. I mean, I'm hoping you have a reshipper, but some people do, some people don't. That's what I was worried about, because people come on a lot of the time and they are, I go through this whole thing and then they're disappointed that they can't get their hands on it. So who else would like to know? If you'll tell me, if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. It's a free analysis. It's based on, so the New Health Conversation down here, everybody here, look at it. Hold on. There it is right there. The new, whoops. It's the new, what's going on? I'm trying to, so the New Health Conversation is a free medical website you all can go to. If you go there, I will swear on my kids' lives, my grandkids' lives, we won't contact you. We will not contact you. But if you like what you see, you get to scroll down and get a free coach. How much is the coaching? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. Even after I do this, a lot of times people in chat, well, how much is the coaching free? Yeah, the coaching's free. We all got coached. And you're going to get a live coach. It's not AI. It's not somebody in an 800 number. Someone's physically done the protocol, and they're trained by us to coach you. So again, I keep waiting. Who else would like to know? Tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight. I'll tell you how fast. Oh, well, then you can do it. Great, Kendi. Then go to the website, fill out the form, and yeah, you can definitely do it then. That's great. Okay, user 4000. All right, I would say my best medical advice to you at 5'9", you should be about 80 kilos. So 80 kilos, you're 110, that's 30 kilos to go. Okay, so 4,000, Peter. I know, I'm Peter also, so we're getting along. If I say Peter, it sounds like, am I talking to myself? Okay, well, anyway, Peter. You're going to lose in the first 4 days, Peter, you should lose 4 to 5 kilos. The first month minimum, let's see, you're 220, you want to go to 160 to 60 pounds. Yeah, the first month you should lose a minimum, I'd say you're going to lose about 12 kilos in 4 days. That's going to get you down to 98 kilos. The second month, it'll slow down a little bit. I'd say 10 kilos, that's 88 kilos. The third month, 78 kilos. The fourth month, 68 kilos. So effectively, no, in about 3 months, you should be at 80 kilos. I went too far. I got you too skinny. So tell me what you think about that, Peter. If in 3 months you could be 80 kilos, how much would that excite you? And remember, you're going to lose 2 to 4 inches off your waist in the first week, and you're going to be able to maintain it. No, you'll be toned and muscular. You don't understand. At 5'9", you want to be about one. Okay, so you can stop at 165 if you want, but I'm just telling you, for example, the picture I showed you of my son, he weighs about 165. Now he's 6'1". Does he look like he's rail thin to you? See, Peter, you're trying to relate this to things you've done in the past. You're trying to relate it to a diet. It's not a diet. Would you be unhappy if you look like him? Would you say, oh, I'm too rail thin to look like that? Come on, Peter, give me an answer. I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, I actually, I think he's about I'm almost positive he's like 170, 172, something like that. But he's taller than you too. So that is, but Peter, come on, make a comment. What do you think? Does he look skinny to you? Well, you're in Australia, so you know about surfing. He actually lives in Nicaragua. I lost my mind there for a minute. So he surfs like a couple times a day and, whatever. He has a bunch of his buddies are from Australia. They actually come and stay with him in Nicaragua and they surf and then they have a grand old time. So again, who else would like to ask? Peter volunteered. Maybe he's sorry he did. But anybody else, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Who else would like to know? I don't know why you all would be so shy. I'm a very nice person. Yeah, you're going to be ripped, Peter. You're going to be ripped. If you don't want to be ripped, then I guess don't do this program. Go on a diet. But Peter, we both know on a diet, come on. You really think you're going to get to 80 kilos on a diet? Good luck. Maybe a year from now, right? I'm sure you've been on, I understand. Yeah, it'd be very toned and low fat, looks good. Yeah, they proved, Peter, actually in 6 weeks, the visceral fat. Now remember, Peter, you're not losing fat. Be very clear about that. But what they proved is that the visceral fat shrank by 33% across all these people. 33% in 6 weeks with no exercise, no sit-ups. Yeah, good. Peter, you're making me laugh at least. It's been a long day. What time did I get up today? 3:30, I think. Because I do an early morning podcast around 5 a.m. in Denver, Colorado time. So if I'm a little punchy, everybody, I apologize, but it's only because I had a really long day, and I think this is my 7th hour of podcasting today. I mean, I took some breaks in between, but that's about it. So who else would like to? Please tell me if you want to know. If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll show you can lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. We see it all the time. Who else would like? By the way, Peter, if you do fill out the form, make sure, I need to tell you this, put in your WhatsApp phone number. If you put in your regular phone number, you're not going to get a call because we have trouble with international codes. But WhatsApp is foolproof. They can call you for free. They can FaceTime you. They can text you, etc. So anybody outside of the continental United States, if you have a WhatsApp phone number, that's what you need to put in here so the coaches can get a hold of you. You will get a free coach, period. Period. So who else would like to make a comment, ask me a question? Again, I don't know why everybody's being so shy. If you just tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. I'm going to go about another 15 minutes. That's it. But I'll do as many as I can in 15 minutes. I guess I wish I could ask all of you. Why don't you want a free consultation? Unless you think we're lying, we're making up, that this is BS, but it's not because it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. We can't change it. There's no editing, and the journals, a lot of them are on the website for you to see. They're in the public domain. We already told the censors that. We have nothing to hide. Here is the medical proof right here. Here it is, boom. And yet you're willing to follow people on TikTok without a shred of medical evidence? You're entrusting your health to opinions? Really? Do whatever you want. I'm not the health. Oh, Kendi, 1854. Okay, Kendi. If you're 5'4", Kendi, you want to be no more than about 120, that's 65 pounds. Kendi, get ready. The first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds. Kendi, the first month, I see you losing about 20 pounds. So after 30 days, you should be 165. After 2 months, you're going to be very close to 145. After 3 months, you're going to be about 125 in 3 months. So let's say 3 months and a week, you should be at about 120. Kendi, put in the chat, how excited are you about that? And I'll bet now you're going to have a courier get you this stuff from Miami to you. But give me your reaction, Kendi. Give me some adjectives. What do you think about that? In 3 months, you're going to be about 120. Tell me, how excited would you be about that? Give me some adjectives. Come on, everybody. I love the enthusiasm from the audiences, right? So, Kendi, how excited? Just give me an adjective. That's insane laugh. Oh, good. Oh, Kendi, maybe I'm insane, right? And Kendi, now, okay, let me ask you some more questions, okay? So, Kendi, a one would mean whatever you did before, you had access to opinions, okay? Don't do anything yet. A one means you're going to continue to go with opinions. A two means no, you want to do what's medically backed. So, Kendi, now you have a choice to make. A one or a two, put it in the chat. Anybody else can do it as well. A one means everyone you're comfortable with getting opinions from nice people. They're medical doctors and chiropractors and dietitians who don't have a shred of medical evidence. A two is this protocol has been vetted. It's safe. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So which one? Oh, you picked a two. I'm shocked. I'm being funny. I think I'm funny. Oh, let's see, 30 kilos. Peter, I thought I told you that. 30 kilos. So you were, let me go back up and look at your numbers again. I just want to make sure, because you're 5'9", I believe. Am I right, Peter? Hold on. Let's see. Peter from Australia. Oh, you're 5'9". Okay. And you're 110. You want to get down to 80. Okay. Peter, I would say, so 3 months, Peter, 3 months. That's about right. About 3 months, you should be at 160. 3 months. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. Is that just crazy? Peter, you're going to lose, the first 4 days, you're going to lose probably 4 or 5 kilos in just the first 4 days. And yeah, it slows down a little bit, but yeah, I would say, look, Peter, I lost 20 kilos in 7 weeks. 20 kilos in 7 weeks, to put it in perspective for you. I'm 6 feet, a little over 6 feet. You're shorter than me, but I'm going to say also you have a little bit more weight to lose, so that's why I'm giving you a little bit more time. But give me a reaction, Peter. How excited would you be? So let's say March, April, May. By May, you should be down. You're going to be around, what did I say, 80 kilos I wanted you to be. Yeah, 80. So Peter, what do you think? And remember, Peter, if you fill out the form, you've got to put your WhatsApp phone number in. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You got it? So, Peter, how excited are you about those numbers? Are you in shock? You must be in shock. And Kendi, are you excited about that? And all of you, including Kendi, here's the website you go to get the free consultation. And remember, although Kendi, your number will work. You don't need a WhatsApp from the Bahamas. We have lots of people in the Bahamas that are doing it. They transship from Miami, which you said you could do. So, Kendi, give me a yes if you see that. Oh, yeah, I thought I told you maintenance is simple. Maintenance, Peter, every morning, the world's most perfect food, 2 normal meals, and then once every couple months, do another 48-hour detox. If I didn't do that, I'm sorry. I meant to explain that to you. That's what I've been doing for 23 years. So this morning, before I came in the studio, I had the world's most perfect foods. I had lunch. I'm going to have dinner tonight. I mean, Peter, it's really pretty simple. If I can put the world's most perfect food in my body with over 300 nutrients with no pills, I'm doing it every day. I don't know about you, but that sure sounds great to me. No, don't thank me, Kendi. We're going to change your life, okay? You're going to change it. We're just going to show you how to do it. We're going to partner with you to change. But wouldn't that be wonderful to be able to get that weight off you in that period of time? Kendi, doesn't that excite you? Who else? Listen, most women on this look, people don't stay on. It's so funny. It's sad. Because I think that they don't really think that this is real, that we're making things up, that it's not possible to do what I'm telling you to do. So anybody else like to come on and give me an opinion? Anybody? So I'm going to go maybe another 5 minutes. Who else would like to? Before I go, I'm more than willing to do a free consultation. I just need to know if you're male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, and I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Who would like to know? Anybody? So anybody else want to know? If you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, you can lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. 4 weeks on this would take you 6 weeks of dieting. You can see right there, stop diet. She did a simple all-natural detox, 0 products, 0 pills, dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Who wants to know? If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Yes or no? Who would like to know? Anybody? All right, I'm going to end the podcast then. It doesn't appear that anybody else wants me to do a free evaluation for them. I'm still holding out hope that somebody else will want to. I'm not a mind reader, so I can't help you. All I need to know is are you male or female, what's your current weight and your current height, and I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. Can I go to the gym? Yes, absolutely, Kendi, 1,000,000%. Oh, Trisha. Okay, Trisha, thank you. I saw you up there, Trisha, in the #1 position. I thought, why doesn't she ask me? Trisha, am I scary? Be honest with me, Trisha. Am I scary? Or were you holding back? It's important. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But I'm just always curious. We're offering a free consultation based on, and here's the website, Trisha. It's free to go there. We're not going to contact you if you go there. The only thing on the website is the medical proof. Okay, so you're 5'7". You're tall, 230. Okay, great weight for you is going to be about 5'7". Ideal would be 130. That's 100 pounds. Trisha, first 4 days, brace yourself. 8 to 10 pounds, easy first 4 days. First month, Trisha, probably 25 pounds. You should be 205 after 1 month. The second month, it may slow down a little bit, 205 to 185 after 2 months. After 3 months, 165. After 4 months, 145. So basically, in less than 5 months, you're going to be right at about 130. Trisha, tell me, after 5 months, if you're at 130, how excited are you going to be? Please put it in the. No, just been on every diet I know. Yeah, Trisha, but now let me ask you a couple more questions. I just gave you a free evaluation. And Trisha, understand, the New Health Conversation, we've helped 800,000 people. Give me a yes if you understand. Not 8,000, not 80,000, 800,000. So when I'm giving you numbers, Trisha, that's based on 800,000 individuals where we tracked, were they male or female, how tall they were, what their starting weight was. We know how fast they lost weight. Tell me, how excited will you be if after 4 days you're down 8 or 10 pounds? Would that excite you? Would you be like, also, Trish, in the first week, you're going to lose a whole dress size. Did you hear what it said? With no exercise. She wasn't allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Isn't that just nuts? Crazy good? Crazy good? So Trish, quick question. Are you aware, Trisha, give me a yes or no. Are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence until now? Just give me a yes or no. A no means you're not aware of anybody on TikTok with no. Okay. So Trish, is it safe to say, not your fault, your choices before today were to go on TikTok or whatever medium, and there was no medical proof. It was really a popularity contest. Oh, I'm going to follow this doctor, MD, or chiropractor, or dietitian, or nutritionist. But none of them had any medical proof. Am I correct, Trisha? So you had no choice but to follow opinions. Yes or no? I feel like a prosecuting attorney or something. Well, I kind of am in a sense, I guess. Oh, it does amazing for menopause, amazing for perimenopause, PCOS. Oh my gosh, your symptoms are going to go down dramatically. Night sweats, bloating, mood irritability, everything's going to change. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions, but we got the medical proof, and we have so many women telling us this is the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. If we just could diminish some of your symptoms, wouldn't that be a win, Trish? Wouldn't you be excited about that? Yeah, it's frustrating because every diet you tried didn't work. Am I right? You haven't found a diet that worked. Trish, if you'd found a diet that worked, you wouldn't be on this podcast, right? There's no way you'd be on this podcast. Am I correct? So Trish, let me give you I'm going to invite you to do. You want to go to the website, look at the medical proof, including there's an interview. It said the 60 minutes that'll change your life, because it really will. It's with the #1 weight loss nutrition researcher in the world. He and his team created this, and they have no products to sell. There are no products. You're going to buy food. You already heard me talk about that. I know, because you've been on here for a while watching me. I saw you. Anyway, the coaches will give you the grocery list to go to your grocery store. At the other 70%, you're going to buy directly from those researchers and then our coaches. And you're going to get what she got and followed was this, Trish. You're going to get this called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows are daily videos from the scientists explaining to you it's real. This is why it works. This is why it's healthy. They have no products to sell you. They have no dog in this hunt other than the fact they spent 40 years of their lives really tracking down the key for obesity and overweight. And they found it, and this is the gift they're giving to all of us. Yeah, my weight exploded after menopause, I'm sure. And Trish, make sure when you fill out the form, if you do, make sure you put that you're in menopause because we want to get you, we have a lot of women coaches. We have about 70% of the people that do this are women. So we obviously have women that are familiar with menopause, et cetera, and can really, really help you. And remember, the coaching's free. Trisha, the coaching is free. No gimmicks, no tricks. And they've all done it. They've walked in your shoes. So isn't that exciting? Trish, are you a little bit optimistic? But Trish, the other thing, and maybe you heard me say that before. So Trish, let's talk about it. 30% of whatever you spent last month, that's all you're going to spend at your grocery store, leaving you 70% of the money to buy these foods from around the world. On the website, if you go there to sign up for the consultation, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. The 30% that you're going to buy from your grocery store, they won't refund your money if this doesn't work. But Tricia, the other 70%, if this doesn't work, 100% money back guarantee, they'll even pay return shipping. You're buying a month's worth of food. So even if you ate the 70% of the food and it's gone, and you, for whatever reason, didn't like it, money's back. Because nothing's 100%, of course, but this is probably 99%. And we're going to be there to support you. Your coach, they'll call you, text you, whatever you need every single day. But really, your guide is going to be this. It's like a virtual coach. But imagine getting coached every day by the top people in the world who invented this. When do you get to do that? Never. I'm very excited for you, Trish. I hope you'll take advantage to change your life. Yes, you're buying food, Trish, right. 30% from your grocery store and 70% from these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. I thought you heard me do this, but I'll do it again. 5 days a week, Trish, you're going to have 5 days a week, you're going to have 4 meals a day. You're going to start only with these exotic foods from around the world for breakfast, lunch from the grocery and dinner from the grocery, and a 4th meal after dinner, the world's most perfect foods. Then 2 days a week, no food from your grocery store, only these foods from around the world. This time you're going to eat 8 times a day, every hour and a half for 2 hours. That's what makes your body detox, why your symptoms are going to go down from menopause, etc. Because 2 days out of 7 until you lose your weight, you're going to be detoxing. And the way that occurs, the same way it occurs every night in your body, as long as you don't eat too late, your body slows down digestion and turns on a natural detox mechanism. Maybe you heard of it, called autophagy, when your body gets rid of the dead cells. Every night. You don't have to do anything. Just don't eat too late. Well, this they recreated when she was awake by giving her 8 meals a day. She got really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition. And no one's hungry on this, Trish, because it's not based on calories. It's not based on serving size. It's based on the amount of nutrition that you're getting. Does that make sense, Trish? And the coaches go over all that with you. It's absolutely amazing what you're able to learn and do. So Trish, any other questions about that? Or does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe, possibly. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. I hope it makes sense. Good, Trisha. Well, Trish, you're not going to sweat. Trish, absolutely what's happening, the toxins pass out through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, and they proved it. Trish, you literally imagine a big red button. It says on the top, what does it say? Do over, start over. Trish, one of the things you probably find about this, you're going to be shocked. A lot of people tell me, Peter, I regained something I never thought I lost. And it wasn't weight. You know what they said? I've regained my youth. Because again, lowering inflammation alone, even lowering inflammation is just really important. And it went down 25% in a month. So how can I get this product in good night? Kanisha Rose, right here. You go to this website. Here it is. I just typed it in for you right below Kanisha. But Kanisha, listen to me. You have to be in a country. It's only available in certain countries: the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, or anywhere in the EU. In the EU, are you in any of those countries? If you are, you're good to go because you're putting USJM. USJM. So Kanisha, you must be. Yeah, you've got to be somewhere. Just tell me before you go to sleep. Are you in one of those countries? I want to make sure you can get it. Oh, good, Tricia. Great, great, great. Wonderful. But Kanisha, are you in one of those countries where you can get it? Because it's not available anywhere else in the world. Those are the only countries it's available in. So anybody else like to ask me? But anyway, Kanisha, there's the website. But I don't want you to be disappointed because, again, unless you're in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, or anywhere in the EU, be it Germany or France or Finland or Luxembourg, it's not available in South Africa. It's not available in the Caribbean. It's not available in Southeast Asia. I'm going to assume you're in one of those countries, Kanisha. So there you go. Anybody else? Okay, so I've really gone past my time limit. I was going to stop. I'll take one more person. If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll give you a walkthrough as to how fast you can lose weight on this. Basically, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. So anybody like to do that? I'm going to wait about 30 seconds. If no one teams up, then I'm going to end this podcast tonight. And I'll be back on air tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Yash. How are you? You're coming on late because I'm just ending. And just for you, Yash, here's the website you can go to find out how you can lose as much weight in 4 days safely as on 6 weeks of any diet. I'm typing it in the chat at the bottom for you. If you want to go there, you can. If not, hold on. Male 29. There it is, the new health conversation. You can see it right there. Male 29, height 5'5". Okay, Yash, how much do you weigh? No, I'll do it for you because it looks like your height is 5'5", but I need your weight, and then I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. I will wait for you, Yash. I promise you. I'm not going to rush off if you're curious about how much weight you can actually lose. But Yash, let me ask you a question, Yash. Are you either in there's the only countries that's available, Yash, United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, or anywhere in the EU? Are you in? If you're not in one of those countries, you can't get it. So if you're in Africa or you're in the Caribbean or you're in South America or you're in Southeast Asia, you can't get it. It's not available. I don't have anything to do with it. We don't sell you anything. We're scientists. We don't do that. Oh, perfect. United Kingdom, no problem. Absolutely. The only thing is, Yash, if you go to the website, which I'm going to put it in there again for you, and you fill out the form, put in your WhatsApp phone number. Otherwise, we won't be able to get a hold of you. Just give me a yes if you understand. Your WhatsApp phone number. And again, I'm going to give you an analysis here in just a second. So you told me that you're 5'5", but you didn't tell me how much you weigh. ZB5NW. So Yash, do you want me to give you an analysis? I just need to know what your weight is currently. You can give it to me in kilos. I can convert it. It's not a problem. And it's not at the new, it's just the new health conversation. Yes, it's not at the new first. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's just the new, not at. At will take you to my TikTok where I got 1,500 videos. There's no medical proof there, and there's no, you can't get a coach. Because if you do this, yes, you get a free coach. So Yash, just tell me how much you currently weigh. I don't see it. I see you're 5'5", but I don't have a weight. Do you want to do it, Yash? Otherwise, I'm going to end this podcast because I need to. I've got another big call I need to be on here in just a few minutes. So you're 83 kilos, is that correct? I'm going to assume you're 83 kilos. Okay, so if you're 5'5", you'd want to be about, you're 83. You're not that far off, to be honest. I'd say you want to be about 75 kilos at the most. You're going to lose 2 to 3 kilos in the first 4 days. You're going to be, within 30 days, you're going to be at about 70 kilos, maybe 72 kilos at the most, in just a week. Yeah, that's what I thought, 83 kilos, right. Like I said, you're not that far off. So how much would that excite you to be at 75 kilos? So eight, yeah, you easily, you'll lose 8 kilos in a month. So tell me, Yash, how excited would you be about that before I end this? I'm going to put it one more. Yes, I'll fill the form. Okay, great, great. And Yash, if you fill the form, put in your WhatsApp phone number. Give me a yes if you understand that. Yes, and make sure you put in your WhatsApp phone number, okay? All right, everybody, I'm going to end this podcast. Thanks for all of you for being here. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world listening to this, okay? Thanks, everybody.